Hello there guys, it is Connor from Purple Jam here, and as promised I have another sneak preview and a playthrough of the upcoming detective series that we have, at least the first episode of that, for you right now. Last time we touched on a few different elements from the game, but this time we're just going to focus solely on the environment. We have been building this environment up, this little scene up, and it's super dense, super detailed, really interesting. Lots of interesting characters and revealing audio events around. A few things have been disabled because we don't want to give too much away too early. Without you guys having the joy of playing it. We don't want to ruin that surprise, but I will be just showing you the general landscape, and you'll be able to hear some really interesting things. So as you can hear, we've just walked out into the main street. A nice sort of ambience change there to help denote that. You can hear a few things here. If you guys don't know, the detective series follows a short segment of the detective, who's the protagonist, who you play, and the detective is on a mission to find someone. It's not necessarily above board, but on the way, the detective will face some eccentric criminals that get in his way, and sort of will have the internal battle of trying to find or achieve a personal goal, while also being a Lambton enforcer or a Lambton detective, who is supposed to, of course, be helping to keep the streets safe from the many criminals in District 5. I'm just going to show you one side of the street here.
These stupid damned announcements up yours, Lambton. How can you tax people that don't have no income?
Wait on your last payment. Don't worry.
So you have some really good quality voice acting in this. Great stuff. It really helps sort of bring this scene to life.
When I said I wanted to clean up the streets, I didn't mean this.
So that's a great example of the sort of reactive environment that we have. There's objects on the floor that you'll be able to kick. There's also different terrains, so we have a dynamic terrain, which I'll show you in a second. Show you another example of the bottle kicks that we have here. Again, it's just really nice little detail. With audio games or audio scenes, it's so important to just provide as much information as you can without getting too crowded, obviously. To just really give you an idea of what this street sounds like or feels like, and for you to sort of be able to imagine that in real life. So we're heading towards the end of one side of the street here. I won't show the other today. As you can hear, we've tried to keep things consistent as far as spacing of objects, so that there's always something interesting in your peripheral earshot, and they are spaced so that it's so it sounds nice and dense all the time. Sounds nice and interesting all the time. A little monorail there in the distance. Now you can hear broken glass underfoot. So this is an example of the dynamic terrain system that we've got.
Stick to the path,
again,
not the wall.
Again, just to sort of give you an idea of just the more information you know that we can give you, the better, and the more sort of realistic we can make it. Also, the more entertaining, I feel like, as far as detail in audio scenes is concerned, at least. Let's walk over towards this music here. Everything was made by ourselves. These tracks are actually by me. Seems like we're outside a club here. someone walking by is there.
Go right on in.
Whether you can go inside the club, well, that is a question unfortunately I can't answer right now. But there you just heard the bouncer, you heard a bit of bouncer dialogue. It's another example of the many characters that we have in this scene. We just wanted to give you sort of short snippets of dialogue from eccentric and interesting characters.
Hey, wanna buy some clothes? Come on, just a few. Oh, sorry. Wrong person.
So because we're in District 5 and we're in a bit of a dodgy area of District 5, we have some pretty unsavory characters here. But of course the detective himself has, to a degree, gone AWOL here. He is not following the objective set out by Lambton Enforcer. He is he's doing his own thing. He's not necessarily the sort of straightest cop in Dusklight. So we'll have a nice sort of dichotomy between being an officer of the law and also trying to achieve his personal goals. It's going to be a lot of conflict personally and inwardly as we usually try and do here at Purple Jam, and obviously with the main game that'll hopefully be releasing within the year. Again, we love the idea of personal conflict and the contrast there between what people feel they should do as opposed to what people want to do or feel like they have to do. Just going to show you one more part here. Got some beggars by the sounds of it next to a fire here. Got some great voice acting again. So we're going to start walking back towards the centre of the street. And you can hear everything just like nicely fade behind you as other things kind of come in. Now we've got a whole other side of the street to explore, but I won't show you that in this preview, as I said. Don't want to ruin too much, don't want to spoil too much. Even on the other side of the street that we just explored there's plenty more in the form of characters and detail, audio events. There's plenty to explore, plenty to explore. Again, I'll just brush over a little bit more about the story here because I know you guys are interested. The detective, as we know him here, is in District 5. He's on a mission to find someone that means a lot to him. It's causing him a lot of pain, but he's also supposed to be a Lambton detective, or a Lambton bug, as they are called by the civilians of Dusklight. So we've got a lot of conflict there inwardly, as I said. And he will be going on a journey through District 5 and encountering some really interesting villains, some very characterful people, and many obstacles. Now, of course, we didn't just want to present an explorable space, as fun as it is to adventure around these scenes. We wanted more interaction. And trust me, there is interaction in the form of mechanics. Now, because this is in the future, 600 years to be broad, there has been significant technological advancements. So the detectives are actually armed with wrist augmentations, which give you really cool abilities. Some very sort of sci-fi tropey stuff, which we hope you'll really enjoy. But the detectives aren't the only ones who have orgs and other technologies. I think I'm going to leave it here, guys. I don't want to spoil too much. You'll just have to wait and play this, which is really fun. And again, it's an episodic release, so there's going to be 3 episodes, and this is the first. If you're wondering about playtime, it kind of depends on how long you spend. I mean, you could just go from objective A to objective B, and then that's done. Then that would still take you probably around 10 minutes to get done with everything that we have in the street. But again, we really want to push the emphasis, or put the emphasis on explorable space, with interaction, of course, mixed in there. But there's so many little details that we have in here that we really want you to Really want you to find and discover. Really helps to construct the scene in your mind and present a realistic space, in an interesting realistic space. We want to give a sort of dark but eccentric tone here at Purple Jam. That's our main ethos. Alright then guys, I'm going to leave that here. I hope you enjoyed this short little preview of the scene, or at least 50% of that scene. And I will be showing you another playthrough which revolves around the mechanics. Some of the innovative mechanics that we have here in this game. And I'll show you those next time. Okay, thank you very much guys. Make sure to stay tuned. We've got more trailers, more playthroughs, lots more content coming out in the game. This first episode should be out in the next few weeks. So really stay tuned, and we can't wait for you to play it. And of course, can't wait to hear your thoughts. Alright, thank you very much guys.